done, very nicely done. Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story. Today we're in the western suburbs of Chicago. We've got a great Buick for you, and I'm with Greg. Greg, your last name?
Cilano.
Year, make, and model of this one?
1968 Buick GS 400 convertible. That's the Gran Sport.
I think you're gonna like this one. Now, right off the bat, we see, how long have you had this one?
I purchased the car in 2003. I've had it for 20 years.
Now, why this car out of all the cars in the world?
My family had Buicks in the 1960s and 1970s, and my dad had the Buick brown color, and I was attracted to this car when I saw it for sale.
What's the color of this brown?
This is Burnished Saddle. It's a one-year color, only on the 1968 GS 400.
Only on the GS 400. Notice we have this chrome on the hood that brings it back to this hood scoop. And as you can see, because we've got the sun hitting it, that hood scoop is functional on this. And I always enjoyed how the wipers behind the hood hid, so they were basically kind of concealed, which is great. And as we've got the, let me show you the front as well. You've got all these angled points. It's kind of interesting. When we show you the back, on the front, that angle, you're clearly going to hit the front of that bumper because it sticks out the farthest piece. And on the back, you actually hit the ends of the bumper on this one. What a good looking car. Now tell me, you don't see many convertibles out there.
I think this might be the only GS 400 convertible in Illinois.
Is that right?
I'm in the Buick Club of America, and as far as registered GS 400s in Illinois, this is the only one. Again, I've had the car for 20 years and we've never seen one. There are Skylarks available, but not the GS 400 for 1968.
Wow. So that tells you how rare this is. We have the GS 400 there. You can see the scripting there, or that piece there. We've got the rally wheels. I'm just going to do that. So you've got that beautiful rally wheel with the Buick emblem.
Tri-shield.
Yep, the tri-shield, thank you. You have your marker light there. That indicates the 68 when you see it on the quarter there with the tri-shields again. You have the single mirror, no sport mirror on this one. And as we look too, you've got this waterfall design that goes right to the back wheel and the nice chrome pieces around the
this
wheels.
body style in 68.
Yeah, really good. Let's open the hood, shall we? Now we've got it in the sun. Tell me about this hood opening, because that's kind of interesting.
So for this hood opening, for 68 and 69, the hinges, they realized after 1968 that the hood didn't go up as high as they wanted to. So in 69, they changed the hood hinges so the actual hood will go higher on the 69.
Is that right?
So what a lot of people have done is they bought the 69 hinges and they've put it on the 68 Buick.
Interesting. Interesting. So I have to kind of come in that way to see that tag. But stand next to it for just a moment. And how tall are you?
6'5".
So you're 6'5", and that comes right to your shoulder. And I'll just put myself next to it. I'm about 5'11". It comes right to my teeth. So, get you right in the teeth. You have the 400 cubic inch 4 Venturi. You have an upgrade there on the radiator. You'll hear a little of that too when we start it, because it's a little bit of a hot day out today, and I'm sure that, well, now was that an Arizona thing, or did you do that here?
No, I changed it out about 5 years ago.
Okay.
I have the original radiator, but it runs hot.
Yeah, right.
So I got the 4-core aluminum with the dual fans.
Which makes a lot of sense,
right? It keeps
right?
it down about 20 degrees lower than the original radiator.
And you can see that. Do we know what this is? This the
fuel line.
Fuel line. Yep. And then you have this here.
That's for the heat. So the heat comes off the engine into the compartment where you're seated, and that generates heat.
And here's where you can see that air ventilation back there. Just one other thing that I see that's interesting. What is this right here? Is that cruise control or something, or do we know?
It's a canister for the air conditioning.
Okay.
I believe it goes in sync with the air conditioning.
Got it.
It's like a condenser, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Our Frigidaire condenser there. Got it. All right, let's fire it up, shall we? You can see on. You'll keep it open. Go ahead. You can see that little port there. We'll let it idle. We'll step on the brakes, and then we'll give it a rev. Super smooth. You can hear those fans kicking. Step on the brakes for a moment, please. You're gonna love the idle on this one. That's a great idle. Give it a rev, please, Greg. Maybe one more good one. Nice, with a little body rock. Well, we're gonna turn that around for you. I told you that we'd turn it around, and as you look at the Buick GS 400, you can see that it's prominently right there, dead center in that trunk with those nice chrome pieces draping it down there. Notice also this back bumper, which I'll share with you the gases right there. In this back bumper, if you look at it from the side, and I'll get this angle, you can see that the two ends would be the most prominent, maybe even that's a better look, would be the two prominent pieces. Greg, what were you sharing with me about that?
In 1968 and 1969, they had the concave bumper.
Yeah.
And the opinion, even today, is you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
Buick had some very unique bumpers, not only with the GS 350 and 400, but also with the Wildcat. They were very unique, and you could tell the car when you were behind it.
Right away.
Yep.
Let's open the trunk, shall we? So now the nice thing with Greg is he likes all the details, like, well, I do too. So we're gonna show you these in extended trunk and treats, and you're really gonna enjoy that. It's actually, you can see the thickness. We'll go through that in great detail, but we'll feature these and even the convertible folding top operation in this one. So come to the description of this video, click on that, and you will see the link to the extended trunk and treats. But the rest of this is a really nice trunk, and I love your car because it's like we're going back to 1968 when you jump in this thing. All right, we'll close that. May I open it? May I open it?
Sure.
Thank you. So as we open it, now I'm a little bit in awe as you look at the sun hitting this white interior. How did you keep your white interior this white?
A lot of tender, loving care.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, with the white convertible top and the white interior, it really blends nice. It's a great look, and I just clean it about once a month. The back seat has been rarely used, not that often.
Yeah.
Just for family rides. Most
So,
of the time I'm driving it by myself.
yeah. Well, we've got that console up the center, as you can see, kind of a slapstick feel to it. The GS, specifically signifying that. The Buick, as you can hear, no horn there. Fastened seat belts for this one. I like it. What is the accessory?
That's for the convertible top.
For the convertible top up and down. Got it. A couple of gauges added, which are fine. The radio. Nothing in here indicating a GS 400 other than your door piece right there. and it even doesn't say 400. So the only script is on the fender and on the back. Well, the only thing left we got to do is let's take it for a ride.
Okay, sounds good.
As we start our ride, I don't know if I showed the climate control we do there. We're in the 1968 Buick GS Gran Sport 400 convertible. How's it feel driving it?
Excellent. Weekend therapy.
Weekend therapy. Never a bad time driving this car. We're just going to show you a little bit about where we're at too. We're out in the cornfields on this one. How nice and relaxing is that? So I'm sure having a muscle car, there's always a few people who want to trail you down, but this one looks more like a show pony. So I'm guessing that your car is obviously well taken care of, and I know we're taking it right back to 1968. Tell me about the gearing ratio. It's a little bit different in the Buick.
In comparison to the other GMs?
Yeah.
There is a 12-bolt rear end on the Chevys. The Buick did 10 bolts, with the exception of the Canadian model. The Canadian model, they did 12 bolt for whatever reason, but all the Buicks have a 10-bolt rear end.
Does that give it better torque, or what does that do?
It has a lot to do with the torque. This
Okay.
is at 400. This is 440 pounds of torque at 4,000 RPM.
Wow, that's a lot of torque. I want to show people where we're driving. How's that look? Your dash is like sparkling.
Extra overall.
Yeah, very nice. Look at that. How comfortable is that? Look at the hood. It's just perfectly flat on this road as well. Really, really nice. So you said it's therapy. Just every time you bring it out, there's a big smile on your face.
It's tough in the winter time when I don't drive it. I have to go see a counselor.
Oh, well, we're going to continue on therapy. What a wonderful time. Greg, thanks so much for bringing it out. Thanks so much for being on my car.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.